Hello.
Hey, I need your expertise on something. We are officially in week 4 of my 18-part series, training for my second ever marathon, the Flying Pig, here in Cincinnati. As you can see, it's deload week. So what the heck is a deload week? The deload week is part of a running plan where after a couple hard weeks of effort, you back off the intensity, you back off the distance, and take time just to recover. Deload weeks can be really tough because you're used to running all this distance and then you're asked to back off of the distance and run less, which mentally can be really tough, especially if your runs have been feeling really good lately. Since I am just really bad at sitting still and taking time off, I decided to get some advice on how to maximize a deload week. As you know, I'm running the Flying Pig Marathon. Got a YouTube series going. If you're not subscribed, you should definitely subscribe.
Sure.
But anyways, I am not an expert on recovering and doing nothing. And so I wanted to see if you had any tips on how to maximize a deload week.
Totally. So we know that you love to be busy and moving, and it's what makes you a high performer. So you're always go, go, go. So deload is going to be hard for you in some ways. But I will say in this time that you have, just remember that as you're training and you're preparing for your run, running is very like sympathetic dominant, meaning you have two sides of your central nervous system. One side is what helps you keep going and run from a bear and a threat, and the other side is what helps to relax you and repair your body. And we need to flip you into parasympathetic and out of sympathetic in this week. So the goal is to calm down your central nervous system as much as we can. So not saying no movement, it's just more so movement that isn't shooting your heart rate up. As you know, a little bit of elevation is obviously fine, but let's work on a lot of mobility and making sure that you're stretching. And I would even do some like fascia work to try to make sure that you're having good lymphatic flow and that you don't get any like tightness when you go back into pushing and when you come out of a deload. Definitely some things that you can do is breath work, walking. I know this is a funny one, but singing. When you sing really loudly and you stimulate your vagus nerve, that also helps to like flip on parasympathetic from sympathetic.
I'll have to make sure no one's in the house for that.
Right? That and so singing, humming.
So imagine you're talking to a fifth grader, and also keeping it as brief as possible because people these days have the attention span of a squirrel.
Yes.
What is physiologically happening to your body during a deload week?
Recovery. It's all recovery. Your body repairing what naturally and what you want to do when you're pushing your body. You have a little bit of breakdown of your body when you're pushing the limits. So when you go into a deload, it is recovery and repair.
And so obviously, since you're not as active, you should eat a significantly less amount of food, right?
No, definitely not. And I think that's a thing that most people think: less movement, less food. In a deload week, you want to eat the same amount of calories. Focus on your protein because you're repairing. It's really important to have sufficient amounts of protein and different types of proteins. So fish, steak, beef, chicken, eggs. And because of that, you get different amino acids. Amino acids are what you need and they come from protein, but different sources of amino acids are also going to help your body to recover and repair. Don't cut your calories. Don't cut your calories. Obviously, watch what you're eating. And I think it's really important that you're eating nutrient dense foods. So foods that have a lot of nutrients, by the way, of like vitamins and minerals, which you're going to get in fruits and veggies and meat sources. You're not going to get in pasta and crackers and cookies. That's going to be really lacking things that are going to repair your body.
Here, what is the biggest mistake you see, not just runners, but people in general make during a deload week?
Wanting to just keep moving and not allow their body to have that time to recover. You maximize on performance when you maximize on recovery. And if you don't take rest to allow your body to repair itself, you're not going to grow and expand your maximum potential to push your body further. And I think a lot of people just want to go. And as much as training 7 days a week is awesome because you're a go-getter, that time that you don't allow your body to repair from the work that you're doing, you're missing the gains, really is what that is.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Hopefully that helps lay it out.
It does. Thank you very much.
Good.
I'm gonna give it a shot.
You're welcome. Talk to you later. All right, bye.
So deload week does not mean stop eating, does not mean stop moving. You want to do both those things still. Moving just less intense, but eating just as much, if not more. I've always had a hard time eating as much or more during deload week because you're just not doing as much. So a lot of people have trouble with that because they feel like they need to eat less. No, you need to refuel the body, recover. I keep things really simple because once you start overcomplicating it, it's just not gonna last very long. So one of our favorite meals, it's a little stir fry. We've got some boneless strip steak. We've got some instant rice. Great way to get vegetables, pepper and onion blend, and then some sweet and sour sauce tonight. Kind of switch that up a few times. Teriyaki, whatever. But sweet and sour. That's it for the week. About 19 and some change miles. Successful deload week, I'd say. Recovery has all been pretty solid, with the exception of this weekend. I feel like I'm coming down with kind of a cold again, but a good successful week of running all indoors. It's really cold, and today actually we now have over a foot of snow. So I'm thinking next week will also be a week full of treadmill running. So let me know how you recover in the comments below. Always love new ideas. We'll catch you next week.